Hi friends, welcome to layout 3 of Creative Design Studio Good Life. We are going to create a flip flap here that is going to be 8 by 12. Look at how fun this is. Allow you to add more pictures to your layout. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing I'm going to do is start with this 8 by 12 piece. And I'm just recreating what I'd kind of laid out on the left hand side there. I'm gluing it down on this 8 by 12 piece over here. And you see I just put a bunch of adhesive down and I am layering these pieces. Look how fun this is. I just love this paper for this backcountry road, country, home sweet home setting. So many great pictures for this. Last week I went to Grand Teton and the barns, what do you call them? The Monroe barns. I think those would look really cool on this paper. Anyway, so I am decorating here now on this 8 by 12, and everything that you put on this 8 by 12 piece here, you have to be sure that it stays within that 8 by 12 or it won't fit in your flip flap, right? So I'm just tucking under these little banner pieces. I fussed for a minute trying to decide what to put on that circle, and I decided to wait. I'm going to come back and figure that out later. So you see, I'm just thinking about some things here for a minute, and then I'm going to go ahead and start decorating the back side of this. So this 8 by 12, I think I listed in the supplies a color cardstock, but you really can use any color cardstock because you are covering the whole thing. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and start putting the right side of our layout together. And I'm starting with these pattern pieces here, and you see I'm starting with the top. Oh, have you seen our new Close to My Heart adhesive? We have a new refillable adhesive, and I'm using it for the first time on this layout. Absolutely love, love, love it. So you can see here, I'm putting these pieces down, and I need to make sure that they stay no more than 8. I cut the piece and I really didn't need to. So you see I pieced it together there, but nobody's going to know except for you. You want to make sure that you stay within the 8 inches. So you see I started at 2 and went to 10 with those 3 pieces there. Now I am bannering these other pieces to decorate up there in the right hand corner. And again, you'll have all these measurements between what's in the guide and what I have provided in the additional cuts for you. Look at how fun this is going to be. So when you put it in the flip flap, it'll line up over the patterned paper that you put down on the center of the harbor paper there. And then I'm just mounting these on some glitter paper, the Mocha glitter paper. And I always do the top and the bottom and then fill in with the middle. That way you can help keep it even. And you also see my little trick there. Sometimes I just put a little bit of adhesive down in the middle, and then I can move them around a little bit. And then once I have them where I want them, I fill in with the sneak adhesive under the rest of it. These photo mats are 4 by 6, so you're going to want to cut your picture down just a little bit, so I was making a note of that here. Now these zip strips and other pieces that are going to go down here at the bottom, you can line them up directly onto your page there, that 8 by 12 piece, but I did put mine down on a piece of scrap paper and glued them all down at once. Now I've got these family circles and I'm putting foam tape on the back of them. I was using my anti-stick scissors, but they did get a little sticky, so your rub and remove eraser makes a great tool to clean your scissors or remove any other unwanted adhesive. Oh my goodness, I realized I had this upside down, so I had to turn it around, and now I am laying out the letters for family and deciding where I want them, and then removing the backing and sticking them down. Look at, I'm using my scissors there to remove that backing. It worked great. Another little tip there. All right, so now we have our left side, our right side done for the most part. I'm going to come back and embellish a little bit later, but now we are moving on to the left side. And I started over at 1 inch, and I'm just placing all these pieces side by side down the middle there. And I'm bringing in some of the mocha glitter paper, and if you have a hard time with your things sticking to the glitter paper, use the thin 3D foam tape in between whatever you're sticking down, right? All right, and I fuss here for a minute trying to decide how I want things. You're seeing me create this for the first time also, so you get to see how my mind works here. And you notice I cut that sticker so that I could stick it under there. Why waste all of it, right? And I'm also going to cut these pieces down too. You can see how I'm layering them in there. All right, and then take my scissors and trim off the excess. Next, I'm working on this title embellishment piece here. I think it says Home Sweet Home. I'm adding the 3D foam tape behind it. I only removed the sticky on the one because the one strip in the center was enough to have it stick, right? And I realized that I didn't pull these stickers out and show them to you before I started placing them down. So I'll take a close-up picture for you. But I did fuss with the stickers a little bit here. And that barn, I could not decide where I wanted to put that barn, if I wanted to use that barn or if I didn't want to use that barn, or what to do with it. So you see, I keep walking away from it and coming back to it and trying to decide where to put it. It's actually kind of comical, my friends. I'm not even sure what I decided. Somewhere you'll see where it ends up. Keep in mind when you're creating these layouts that you can move the embellishments and things around. You can move the photo mats around. Make them however you need them to work for your pictures as well. So there, I think I finally decided on what I was doing with that barn and those stars. And now I'm working on this cluster up here at the top and deciding how I want to place these in here as well. Who else fusses like I do? Any one of these ways that I have put this in this 100 times would have been just fine. I'm sure it would have. But how many times do I fuss and move and play and it's just what I do. Sometimes it's even moving it just a little millimeter of a space. So now I'm back to working on the other side and doing some embellishments here. I'm adding in some of the word stickers. I added in that extra piece of mocha glitter paper. I decided to put that little jug in with the center of that circle there, and I'm just adding in some last little touches here. And I tried to put in more, and then I ultimately decided that less was better and ended up not using all of them. As you'll see here in a minute, I took a few of those little things away and didn't end up using them. Now let's work on decorating the inside of this 8x12 flip flap. So I decided to put that truck over between the photo mats above the family there. I thought that looked super cute there. And I decided to just go with some of the wording on the right hand side there. You see I moved around some of the icons, but decided just to go with the words on the inside there. And here we go, moving these stars around. I just could not decide. And there we have it, my friends. I think I finally quit fussing. Add in these last photo mats, and then we will be complete. You'll need to add your flip flap to the outside of your page protector. If you have not done that before, comment flip flap below and I will help you to do that. Here I've added some up close pictures so you can see all of the sticker placements. Feel free to pause it at any of these to get a closer look at where the stickers go. Now we are ready to add our right side into the page protector so that we can add our flip flaps. And I apologize, my lighting is not the greatest at this time, so we're probably going to see some shadows, but nonetheless, you will be able to see how easy it is to add flip flaps to the outside of our page protectors. I'm sure many of you have done this before, because you know adding flip flaps is one of my favorite things to do, to add to my layouts, because I like to include so many pictures and journaling, and by adding a flip flap I have more room for all of those things. So the first thing you want to do is make sure that you have your layout seated completely in the page protector, because if you don't have it seated nicely in your page protector, your flip flap might not line up nicely. All right, then we're going to take our 8x12 piece and add it into our flip flap. So I like to give a good crease on this part right here. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put this in my flip flap. And it's going to be a tight fit because it is exactly 8x12. I could have trimmed this piece down just a tiny hair, and then it'll slide in there easier. I mean, our paper is only 12, right? So it's not like it's any bigger than 12, but it's just a really tight fit. Sometimes I do take and trim my layout down just a little bit so that it will slide in there easier. But if you have it nice and snug, that means it's just not gonna move anywhere. It's not going to go anywhere. Now I know it's no more than 12 inches, so I don't know why it is being so tight to go in there. There we go. Never mind my nails, they're a hot mess. Okay, so now let's make sure we got everything all nice the way that it should be. Okay. All right, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna line this up. Now sometimes, you know, we put our flip flaps all the way over to the edge here. No, this one is intended to go in the middle of your page here. And you could even grab your Versamat to go down here to help line it up. Okay, so you're gonna put, and I might have even have did my layout a little bit crooked. Yeah, I see that I might have. I have such a hard time doing things straight these days, my friends. My eyes are playing tricks on me. Okay, so I might have been a little bit crooked when I did my base layout here. Not really. All right, so whether you're lining it up to what's on your Versamat. Oh, I remember what I did. Okay, I'm sorry. It took me a moment. I created this layout before vacation, and I'm adding the flip flap now that I'm back from vacation, and it just threw me for a loop for a minute because I said, I thought I was at 10. Why am I not lining up to 10? It was at 10 before I added in the strip of glitter paper. So that strip of glitter paper makes it that extra quarter. Okay, so now we are making sense. I want my 8 by 12 flip flap to go to the right of this glitter paper. So this should be at 10 and 2, or if you've got your mat flipped around the other way, however you're doing it, there should be 2-inch strip down on each side there. And you want to make sure that your flip flap is lining up to cover your base paper underneath here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get a little bit of this started. All right, and then I'm going to line it up. Make sure we are lined up. Okay, and then I'm just going to hold it down. And I'm going to pull that strip out. Okay. All right, there you have it, my friends. I hope that you have enjoyed layout number 3.